In today's lesson, we will be focusing on database for ODP level 4. We will be doing question 5. The instructions are as follows. The next task is to create a database to sort the application according to the stakeholder in the forum. 5.1. Use the Microsoft Access program to create a database and table using appropriate data types. Distinguish between text, numeric, currency, etc. Retrieve the database name forum from the student file folder. So during exam, your student file folder will be inserted on your desktop. That's when you will open up what? Forum. So now I've already opened up what? Forum. And as you can see, it's forum. 5.1.1. Retrieve the database name forum. I've opened it on the left hand side from the student file folder. Open the table named file financial and make the following changes to the field names and properties. So on the left hand side, as you can see, there's the heading what? Tables. So underneath you will find what? Financial. So I will have to what? Right click it or open and open. Dear students, you can also double click to open the table, or you can right click and press open. Are you with me? Now below we are given table of field names and data type and field size or format. So on our table, as you can see, we have what? Field 1, field 2, 3, field 4, field 5. They must be replaced with what? Name and surname for field 1. For field 2, will address. For field 3, the heading will change to city, town or city, date of birth, and what? Contribution. So now in order for us to change the field name, we go to home, and within home the first group that appears what is what? View. You click on the arrow, you'll see a drop down menu. Currently the data source is on datasheet view. Datasheet view is where you insert your record, and design view is where you create what? Your structure. So we go to what? Design view. Now field 1, according to the question paper, field 1 is what? Supposed to be what? Name and surname. So we remove field 1 and we write what? Surname and initials. Then on the data type, we are told to select what? Text. At times it might not be text, it might be short text. Since I'm using Microsoft 2010, that's why it's written text. But on the new version, which is 2016, the data type that you will find is what? Short text. So I click on text, and on the drop down menu there's no short text, so I will use text. Then we are given the field size for what? For 14. Then you go below your structure, you will find what? Field properties. Then you make sure always is on general. Then the first one is what? Field size. So you remove what? 225 and replace it with what? 14. The next field size 2, we remove it, we type what? Address. Then the text, the data type is what? Short text or text, depending on which version you are using. So field properties, you remove on the field size, you remove the current one and you type what? 20. The third field size, you remove it, type what? Town or city. Then the text is how much? Is 15. You go on the bottom at field properties. On the general tab, you will find the first function is what? Field size. Then you write what? 15. Are you with me? Let me check. The first one is 20, the second one is 15. So now the fourth field is what? Date of birth. Date of birth. Then the data type will be what? You scroll, you click on the arrow and drop down menu will appear. You select what? Date and time. Are you with me? Then they said you must select what? Short date. Short date, you will find it in the field properties general and you click on format. Then on the arrow on the far right, you will click on the arrow and you select what? Short date. Remember, there's short time and short date. Are you with me? Now, the last field name that we must replace for field 5 is what? Contribution. Then you click on the field data type and you select currency. Then you press file and you save your changes. Always make sure you save your work after making changes. Are you with me? Now we must go back where? To our data type. Before we can go back to our data sheet view we saved. Now we must close the tab. Why should we close the tab? Because we want to rename the table so that our table includes our examination number. Remember, on Microsoft Access, there's no way by you can go to insert and select header or footer. You must rename the table so that it appears in the top. So you right click after closing the table, you right click and you rename. So now you write what? The examine according to question 5.1.2. save the table as examination 1 and save the table as financial 1 and your examination number. So I have already saved my table and I closed the tab. Now after I clicked on the table, I right click, then selected what? The rename. Then I press what? Financial 1, my examination number. Then once I'm done inserting my examination number, you click beneath the table. Then now 5.1.3, print the structure of the table. So when we print the structure of the table, we will go to what? Our tab which is written database tools. You click it. Then once you have selected the database tool, you will select what? The analyze group. You'll go to the analyze group. Then the first option that appears on the analyze group is what? Database document. Then you what? You select database document. Then a table will appear. As you can see, the table what? Financial 1, my examination number. appears. Then after the table has appeared, you will, on your left hand side, you will see an empty box. You must click it. Why should you click it? So that you are able to make changes on the table. If you don't click it, you won't be able to make changes, whereby when we go to options, you see option. Now after you selected the table, you will go where? Option. So always make sure after you selecting, you go to option. Then now the first then a table will appear. A print table definition like the one displayed will appear. Then there are three options. The first one is include for table. The second one, include for field. The other one is what? Include for index. So now the first option, include for table, always make sure, in case of you find the functions are selected, you make sure you deactivate them by clicking on them. But if you find that they are not selected, then you move to the second one. The second one is what? Include for field. Always make sure on this option you select the second one, which is the name, data types, and size. Are you with me? Then the last option, which is what? Include for index. You go select what? Nothing. Then you press OK. Then again you press what? OK. Then it will ask you whether you want to save or no. Sometimes you press what? You save. Then after you have selected, your structure will appear. As you can see, the structure what? Appear. This is the structure. Are you with me? This is the structure. It's the same as what? Which one? As the one on the question paper. The first one is what? Name and surname. The text. The size given is what? Is 14. Then after you print it. Then once the invigilator gives you a printout, you press what? Close print preview. Are you with me? We are done with what? Question 5.1. Now we move to the other question, which is what? 5.1.4. 5.1.4 says, copy the financial one and save as financial 2 examination number and apply the following change. So now remember, when your table is open, you right click here, then you will close. Then after you will go to the tables, you copy, right click, you copy, you select beneath the table, you right click, a menu will appear, you press what? Paste. Then after a dialog box, what? Paste table as dialog box will appear. You select on find, you remove what? Copy off. Always make sure there's no space between the first word. Then you press what? On the paste option, you don't select anything. Then you press what? OK. Oh, I never rename what? Table 2. Table 2. Then you press what? OK. Now I have how many tables? 2 tables. Now they say add the following question. Add the new field to the far right. So let me open up what? Financial 2. They said on the far right you must add what? On the far right, add a new field on the far right of the table with the field name paid. Format this field with a yes or no data type using the table with the information shown below. Are you with me? Which field must I insert? The paid. So our last field is what? Is contribution. So now we must add another one after contribution, which is what? Paid. So how do we add the paid field? We go where? We go to home. Then on the home tab, the first group that appears is the view group. Then you select on the arrow view. Remember, when we insert field, we go where? Just like we did in question, we go to design view. Then after contribution, we write what? Paid. Then our data type will be what? Yes or no. You select on the arrow, drop down menu will appear. You scroll to what? Yes or no. And on the field properties, on the format, if you see true or false, that means you must select, and on the drop down arrow you'll find what? Yes or no, or on or off. So the one that we are told to use is what? Yes or no. Then I'll go to file to save. Why do I save? So that the changes may happen. So now I must go back to the table. So update the table with the information shown below. That means after I've inserted the field, I must select who paid, and for those who did not pay, I do not select. So we go where? To view, data sheet view. So we scroll to the what? To the far right. As you can see, after contribution, I've inserted what? The field. So now let me try to adjust this. So now the first one is what? It's yes. For yes, you paste is home GV, and the other one is what? Is yes. And no. For no, you don't select. And the other one is what? For yo-yo is what? Is yes. Beneath your Viking, you select yes. And for Masila GL is no, you don't select. And for the other one, you select dot X, you select. Are you with me? We are done with inserting the field and selecting those who have paid. Now, question 5.1.5. Delete the following record. Now, dear student, always make sure you delete the correct record, because on Microsoft Access there is no undo. So the first one that we must delete is what? Zonke. You select on the box Zonke, you right click, delete record. Now before you confirm, a table will appear to say you are about to delete one record. If you click yes, you won't be able to undo the delete operation as I've indicated before. Are you sure you want to delete the record? Please make sure you select what? The correct record. Then press what? Delete. The other one that appears is what? You right click, you click, you right click, you delete. Then a table will appear. Are you sure you want to delete it? Then if you are sure, you press what? Yes. If you are not sure, you press what? No. But I've selected the correct. Then the other one is what? So now, yes. So I've deleted. Do the X, right click, press what? Delete. So now They said sort the table in ascending order according to surnames and initials. So you go to surnames and initials. There are two ways. It's either you go to home, you select what? Ascending or descending, or you can select on the arrow. A to Z is ascending, Z to A is what? Descending. So let me select what? You click on the names, surnames and initials. You adjust it. Click on the heading. Once you have clicked on the heading, it will highlight. Then you press what? Ascending. Now the other question said find the value 2700 in the contribution field and replace it with 4799. So the value is for 2400. This is the value. You remove it. You type what? 4799. Are you with me? So now they said print. Make a printout of the table in landscape orientation to show the changes are displayed. Close the table. But before you print out, make sure your data is visible. So for mine, for now, this date of birth is not visible. So when you put your cursor here, you can click or adjust, or you can double click. So this one, that the first one I've double clicked. Now let me adjust this one to the far right. Contribution is not clear. So now let me check. Yeah, now. So now they said you must print out in less. So on database, there's no web tab whereby you can go to page layout and search and change the orientation to landscape. We changed the orientation to of landscape and portrait in the print section. So you go to file, you go to where? Print. Then you will find option print, quick print, print preview. You select what? Print preview. Then after you will find what? The portrait or landscape. We want what? Landscape. As you can see, on the top is what? Financial 2, my examination number. Are you with me? Then after you what? You print it. You go to print. Then you press OK. And after you have pressed OK, once the invigilator hands you your printout, you press what? Close print preview. Are you with me? So now 5.2. In this question, you will create and edit a query in a database. So which table are we going to use? 5.2.1. Use the financial 2 tables and select only the following field. So our table, as you can see on the highlighted part, is what? Financial 2. That means is what? The correct table. If not, you will select the correct one as per the instructions. Now, since I'm on financial 2, I must create what? A query. So when creating, whether it's a query or a report or a form, we go where? To create. So now we are told to create what? Query. For query, always make sure you press query wizard. And for report, it's a report wizard. And for form is what? Form wizard. Query wizard. Then once you have selected query wizard, a dialog box will appear. Always make sure it's selected on the first one, which is one simple query wizard. Then you press what? OK. Now we are told to use the following fields. The first one is what? Field name. For field name, you select field name, then you press a single arrow If they wanted all the field, you could have used what? The arrows, the one with 2 arrows. The second one is what? Date of birth. Select date of birth. And the other one is what? Is paid. Am I correct? Surname, initials, date of birth, contributions, and paid. Then you press next. Next again. Now we are told to what? Before we can proceed, let's look at 5.2.4 says we will go back to the 5.2.2. 5.2.4 says save the query as financial query. So we will be writing financial query on what? Where it's written what title do you want for your query. You'll remove the query as I did. Then you remove the 2. Then you write what? Query. Are you with me? Then you press space. Examination. Now, beneath there are options that say, do you want to open the query or modify the query's design? Always make sure you press what? Modify the query design. Also for form, you will select what? Modify the form design. And for report, is modify the report design. Then you press what? Finish. Are you with me? So now we are at what? 5.2.2 says insert the following criteria. So as you can see on the far left, we have what? Field, table, sort, show, criteria. So now that means we will be focusing on which lane? On the criteria lane. Are you with me? So now they said what? Select only those who have paid. As you can see, this is the part where we always, when we are told to insert the query, beneath the ticks is where you what? Select query. Now they said those who have paid, you write what? Yes. Are you with me? And select 5.2.2.2. Select those who made a contribution of more than what? 6,000. Then you go to the contribution tab. Beneath the tick, as you can see, where I highlighted what is the contribution tab. Beneath the tick is what? Is the criteria of what? Greater that are more than 6,000. Therefore, I'll press shift and press the button next to the question mark on your keyboard. Then I type what? 6,000. Then once I'm done, I go to run. If you press run and there's no record displayed, that means you have done something wrong within your query. Are you with me? Now they said what? Sort the date of birth in descending order. You select what? Date of birth. The heading, it will highlight the whole column. Then you select what? Descending order. Are you with me? So now they said what? Save the query as financial query and examination number. I've already typed the financial query. So before I print, let me adjust the column. You put your cursor between the field. You can double click or right click and drag to the right. So this one, let me just click, drag it. The other one is what? Drag it. So then after I go field, file and save. So now they said what? You must print the query. I was not told to print it in portrait or landscape. So anyway that I've printed it, I'll receive a what? A mark. So I'll go to file and print preview. That's what this is. What this is my table of what? For query. Are you with me? This is what? My table. So now we go to what? 5. So far I've printed the structure and the table that shows those who have paid and not. And the third one is what? The query. So now that's it. We go to what? 5.3. Use the query used in this question. So after I've printed, remember, once the invigilator issued you your printout, you go where? To close print preview. Now 5.3, we are told insert the following question. In this question you will use the query to create, format, edit and report in the database. So that means I must create what? A report. 5.3.1, use the financial query created in question 5.2.4 to create a report. Use all the so remember, when creating a report, I go where? Create report what? Wizard. Then when they said all the field from the query, that means I'll select what? The one with both arrows. Then you press next, then press next again, then next again. Are you with me? So now we go where? Use the default setting. Use the default setting to create the report and change the following title. So where it is written, what title do you want for your query? That's where I'm going to write what? The membership report. So I will highlight the query, financial query. I delete it. I write what? Membership examination number. Then I select what? Modify. Always we go to what? Modify. Remember, on the previous question it was what? Modify the query. Now it's modify what? Reports design. Then you press what? Finish. Now if you'll be given a mark for the head. If you want your header to be like as given in the instruction, you will put your cursor between the membership. You put the cursor there, press Ctrl and enter. Then your what? Your header will appear. So now I'm told modify the report to change the values in the contribution folder to no decimal. So now you will select what? On the details, you go to details, you select contribution. Then once it's highlighted to orange, you go where? To print property sheet. Then a drop down menu will appear on the what? On your right hand side. Then you select what? Decimal place. Then you go to where? Auto. Then you select what? Let me adjust this. Let me adjust as you can see now I've adjusted is what? Auto. Decimal place. Then you auto is highlighted. Then you select what? On the arrow you select what? 0 decimal. That means you place 0. Then you close what? The property sheet. The tick indicates that what? You have made the changes. So now we are told to what? Modify the 5.3.3. Modify the report by changing the values in the contribution field to display no decimal. I have done that. I've went to what? Details, select contribution. Once it's highlighted with orange, then you go to property sheet, Then what? Display. Then you select on the arrow, you press what? 0. I was just recapping it for you. Then you close. Now format the font of the report heading to Algerian, size 24 pixels. Therefore you select where? On the report header. You select on membership, your examination number, you highlight it, then you go to home, it's what? Membership, you highlight it, then you go to home. Then on the text and formatting group, you select what? The drop down menu, different font will appear. You select what? Algerian. The size is what? 24. Then if your header is, the report header is big that you can see your ID number, you put your cursor here, then you click it, you adjust it to the bottom. Are you with me? Then you go again, you select it on the orange, then you adjust it. Are you with me? Then your ID number is what? Is clear. Now they said insert the image name balance from the student file folder to appear in the left of the report. So you click on the box where you have written your reported, then you move it. Why do we move it? Because we will insert what? Our image on the left hand side. So now we go where? To design. Are you with me? We go to design, then we go to where? Pictures. Insert pictures or logos. So this logo, let me go on the arrow and look, find what? Image. Are you with me? Select it, then a drop down menu will appear. Select image, bound frame, where's my pictures, image, or insert image, browse, then you go at desktop. Remember, always your student file will be inserted at the desktop by your technician, the IT, or your lectures. Therefore you select on the folder, you open it, then you select what? Balance, then you press what? OK. Then once you have pressed OK, your cursor will change with a frame with a plus sign, then you click, then you draw what? A frame. That's where my picture is. Are you with me? So let me resize it now. Are you with me? Let me adjust it. Now the other question says, let me adjust it. So now the other question says what? Insert a report footer to read as follows. Business is business. So you go where? To what? You will go to the what? Design tab. Within the design tab, you'll go to the controls, then you select what? The function for what? Labels, which is a capital A and a small a. Then you click it. Then on the report footer, as you can see, report footer, you draw a box between. You click it and you draw a box. Then you write what? Business is business. Are you with me? Then now the other question, let's see. The other question said, format the font of the report footer to Algeria 24 center. the text. So it's centered. So let me highlight it and change to what? To Algeria 24. Go to home. You highlight it. You highlight it. Then you go to 24. The size is what? 24. Then you adjust it. Then you make sure SWAT is in the middle. You put your cursor on the box. You make sure SWAT is on the middle. Are you with me? Then now, the other question says what? Save the financial report examination number and print the report. Ensure that the report appears on one page. Close the database program. So now, before I print, I save. Then after I go where? I go to File. Then I go where? To Print, Preview. Then I select that this is my report. That's when what? I print the report. They said you must make sure it's what? On one page. As you can see below here, pages, one page. That means my report is what? On one page. Then you print your what? Your report. Once you have printed your report, and after the invigilator has ended in your report, you press what? Close, print preview. Then you close your Microsoft Access. Then you hand in what? The printout to your invigilator. Thank you for meeting with me for Office Data Processing Level 4 Microsoft Access, also known as Database. Until we meet again, bye bye.